Good morning, Bulldogs. How you guys doing? It is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020, and now it's time for our update video. I'm telling the first 3 days of the week this little disclaimer that early on and under home instruction, I was getting a lot of feedback that you guys do want more news updates. But then as I looked for the analytics of the videos, a lot of people weren't watching them, and when they weren't watching much of it. I assume you're probably fast forwarding to the stuff on your assignment for the day. So I'm going to try two different things this week to see if either of them work better. So the first thing I'm trying is the news and everything in 90 seconds. I know you guys are of the generation of things very quick, and sometimes that's good, sometimes not, but I'll see if this works a little bit better. So I have my timer and all set. And I'm going to first do the New York Times in 90 seconds. So here we go. So Dr. Fauci today is going to warn of needless suffering and death if states open too soon. Today at 10 o'clock, he will be reporting in front of the Senate, in front of one of their committees. You can see this on the news, definitely C-SPAN. If you go to C-SPAN online, try to catch a few minutes while you're getting other things done today. He gave this quote to a reporter for the New York Times Monday night. And it was in regards to that of half the states that have started to ease restrictions in the past week or two, they've already seen an increase in the amount of coronavirus cases. So this is something we need to be mindful of. Another story is that Russia is emerging as a coronavirus hotspot. It wasn't really at first, but now it is, even as Putin ends the nationwide lockdown. So are we going to see a big rise there? Also, the White House is ordering staff to wear masks. If you've been watching the news and you see things from the White House, they haven't been wearing masks. But now you may have learned over the past week, there have been cases within the White House. Trump's valet, our vice president's press secretary, and others. And then it says Trump misrepresents testing record. Yesterday, Trump gave a press briefing. He was doing them daily, and then he sort of stopped, and it was outside the White House. And that second part of the statement is about him saying how everyone can get tests. And now my time is up, but really everyone can get tests. All right, so here we go. This is the BBC News in 90 seconds. And you may notice that their headlines are very similar, which is rare. Usually they are not very similar, even with all these big things going on in the world. So the same headline, Fauci is to warn of needless suffering and death. That is an image here. They picked a bizarre image. Didn't they? The BBC News always be critical of why do they pick certain pictures of people. So that's Fauci there with the president in the background. Russia, as we mentioned before, now has the second highest cases globally, right behind the United States. Hopefully, this is not a competition, of course, but hopefully both of our numbers go down. And then referring to that press conference I just mentioned, it says Trump gets in spat with Asian American reporter. So at the very end of the press conference, or it probably wasn't meant to be the end of the press conference, but a CBS reporter, she was asking the president about testing. And I don't remember the exact question, but he basically told her, he says, well, why don't you go ask China? And she took offense to that, thinking like because she's Asian American or something that, why she's like, why did you ask me that? Or why did you tell me that? And it got in a little back and forth. And then there was another female reporter behind her who was trying to ask a question. And basically he just stormed off and ended the press conference there. So you can, once again, you can go to C-SPAN and see that from yesterday. Ooh, 90 seconds. Very good. Okay. So on this day in 90 seconds, we're going to do this. So today we're starting our unit on imperialism, and you're going to learn that it has very close ties to the Industrial Revolution. So today, Tunisia became a French protectorate. French protectorate sounds very nice, like, oh, we are here to protect you. And to some degree, that was true. In some ways, imperialist nations did protect their colonies, but it wasn't always positive. So you're going to learn today a little bit of an introduction about imperialism. You'll see Tunisia is the orange place there. And over here, you see that it is on the Mediterranean. Remember, that's where trade started when we talked about, didn't start there, but during the Renaissance, that was the focus of trade. And notice that France in green up there is not as far away as you might think between North Africa and Europe. That was often known as French Tunisia. Now, Tunisia was formerly part of the Ottoman Empire. There was a lot of stuff going on right before this happened. France was gaining other territory in North Africa, Algeria, you see, to its west. They did gain independence in 1956. Notice that's not until after World War II, which is interesting when we learn about countries fighting for their right to be sovereign, but many of those countries had their own colonies. All right, so today we're going to learn a little bit about imperialism. I'm done here with 7 seconds to spare. Are you impressed? I hope you're impressed. So the background to imperialism. Now I have my videos. We're going to do some more readings like we had for the Industrial Revolution. We're going to do this, quicker than normal with our home instruction situation, but that doesn't mean you're going to be doing more at a time. And in fact, today is going to be a very, very easy assignment, probably your easiest one of this unit. You're going to watch a John Green crash course video. You may know John Green, the author. He's a pretty witty guy. Have you seen a crash course video before? Maybe you have for other classes. So there's a lot of world history crash course videos. So it's about 13 minutes long. He talks even faster than I do in these videos. So you may need to pause it as you answer the questions. There's, I think, 13 questions. You're just going to get graded on how you do. So try your best. Don't just Google them. Don't just guess. It's 13 minutes. You can listen to the 13-minute video. You may have to pause it, but that's okay. Hopefully you enjoy it. He's a little funny. There's some funny parts, things like that. So an easy assignment today. So take advantage of that in case you have work on other classes you need to catch up on. I'll give you a hint. You're going to have 2 more Google Form videos for your next class. So 2 sort of easy days for that. I did update your projects. If you did not give me a project, this is the National Poetry Month. You may want to let me know. Some of you did a really great job. So thank you for doing that. All right. Any other questions? Let me know. Otherwise, I'll be back with you guys on Friday. Yes. So enjoy the video. Have a good time. I hope your families are well. I hope you're safe. I'm thinking of you guys. Miss you guys. Be well.